we're starting with verse 25.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then, Nibaraba, Tembe Tomba, Gumaso, no Sumber Tembani Sigua. Giruba. Tembe Tomba de Gumaso, no Sumber Tembani. Gangi Chir, Tedarim Bati Chirsa. And Game Colo, Tulba dance it was. Milam Gumachunda dance it was. Tendri Churnam Medan Chebe, Yoba, Nurto Corve, Game Colo dance. Tendri Dwa. Game Colo said. Mayung gave it, didn't know Gemma which to do scorsan and Marble Coco Changura. Oh, this way. Tendri Churnam Medan Chebe, Yoba, Nudo. Oh, may again to scorsan colonization where I job a corner. Nudo Corven, Game Colo dance. Game Colos. Tulba dance. Things in the tube permit and Milam Gilu, Temper Major answered. Things in the tube permit and tube to shadow. Milam Gilu, so but Temper Major answer. No one she temper Major answer. Now do some wrong when he impression of Giore. Turn the ray of Marwa. Oh, they do Temper Majors. Tala Chaba change log Geshe dance. Game Colo Tulba Milam Guma. Chunda dance at the Redwa. Tubada, Juma can get Tube, Jumen Nation, Temper Meja, Sem Mongbar Chebada, Sem Mongbe, Pemingone Resamsa, Sem Mongbar Chigres, Tuber Chigora. Oh, Game Colo, Tulbada, Milam Juma, Chunda dance. This is Lamna, second Tambuni de Lamna.
The outline says that the topic here is the second topic of the whole chapter, and it's showing that emptiness of true existence is like magical illusions and so forth. So we'll go through the first two lines of the verse, which states the firebrand's ring and magical creations, dreams, illusions, and the moon and water. Here, thus, all dependently arisen phenomena are like the ring formed by a firebrand, which is whirled quickly. You have some fire at the end of a torch, and you whirl it around quickly, and it forms like a ring of fire. Though the woman created through meditative stabilization and the dream body do not have true existence, they act as causes for erroneous attachment to the self. So these are creations in dream or in meditative stabilization. Although the illusory maiden conjured by a magician does not have true existence, she confuses the mind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can't get to be to minute. Temper Majanko, Temper Yabatabu, Tony, and Semon Bachigora, Semon Bachibatans.
So it confuses the mind means because when you see it, you feel that it's real. And then that's where it confuses the mind.
That's Sigan Chimanidira. Kuna Nanga Trakchata, Tin Nanga Trakchata, Migu, Tinda, Sibatung Sedra. Take us notation to Chunda dance, Kuna dance. Kuna said you could read up in the Yeshe Tiliani, Doana Shinchi, Udo, Nakuch Doana Shinchi. Tilia Kuna Sigdoa, Kunika says. Kuna dance. Any Kuna Nanga Trakcha dance. Re Sanzin dance, Re Mangboyone, any cake of Niatsu, Korako, cake of Gra. Any retreat Puxolas, retreat in the Puba, Dragunda tinde chambu yona kugdinde kekene yatsu draksha korkidwa. Reto gi pusola tene yasa. Nangi draksha nawa tarase. Draksha se paji labdu suke shukche kyabgidwa. Tele draksha sigira. De pinesu kekyanga yomar de pinesu kekyanga yobatabu nangi yorese wara. Nawa tar sheba chinji lodo cheba taso o tezo pinesu kekyanga dan mena ya yobatabu toni rangi sheba de tul chugyo chinji lodo nang chugyo rese wara. Sheba chinji lodo cheba dan. Deshin dose mikyu tindan siba tsung sedira. Deshin do mikyu tushi gi gyu cheba dansi. Chima yosal ya nima sabutena ene chuna shindiris gyuye nangyora. Mikyu sere. Ene karsore. Mikyu tindan siba tsung sedwa. Mikyu dan tushi gi gyu cheba dansi. Ene mikyu degi tushi gi chumune yinbu tabu gyu cheba resi wara. Tin ta ringbu ne ri number nawa dansi. Timba de ta ringbu ne tadu rin rabu tinde to tokdo ri dan tinde tongi wara. Desi wara. Tin ta ringbu ne ri number nawa dan. Kupige ledu ri menshin tokdo tinde keyo mara. Ene nuju gi siba rangshin gi trube tongshin dose. Mikyu tin dan siba tsung sedera. Nuju gi siba tsangma sigora koe nelu longju la sokba te tsangma sigora. Kari resana tene nuju gi siba rangshin gi trube tongshin do. Rangi ne truba rangi ngoye rangshin gi truba rangi ne truba rangi chenyi truba tembar truba nawa nashin yu gi ngoye ne yoba tembar truba nawa nashin trube tongba resi gora. Tongshin do chawa che nuba pe dada tsungbar shebar chawa se. 나온 날씨 매나야 야코지 디 시바키베 자와치기어라 자와치기어라 공군에 많이네 디 대단히 통에 시바키베 자와치기어레스고라 배다다 송바 시바르 자와 대단 송바 레레스기도아 그래서 야
So the next two lines then are mists, echoes, mirages, clouds, and worldly existence are alike. Similarly, the moon in the water, a moon reflected in the water, mists and echoes resounding from mountain clefts and caves gives rise to distorted perception of them as they appear to be. You get echoes from mountain clefts and they go to us on the mists and they
Kuna Nangi Trashada. Kuna City.
They move a drab out of bed.
I'm moving over the reading to yourself, show it in the reading to Mambuyana, Donna since to the Donna since Patati, Naburi Tondera.
Oh,
Telecuna Sigara.
So then, mist here refers to how when you see mist on the far mountain, then it seems like there's some kind of there's smoke there, and a mirage causes mistaken perception. And the flickering of a mirage on the horizon, it looks like water, and clouds in the distance seem like mountains. Worldly existence consisting of environments and living beings, while empty of inherent existence, is able to function. Here, all of these examples are something that appears one way, and the mind takes it that way, but then but that it is empty of the way it appears to exist, that things appear to be really there, or what do you say, truly there. That everything appears to have exist from its own side, or essentially there, but it doesn't exist in the way that it appears. It's empty of existing in the way that it appears. So it's empty of inherent existence and empty of true existence and so forth. But and still it is able to perform the functions from when the mind is perceiving it. So so understand that it is like these analogies.
뭐야? 다 돈단데 가르쳐도 쓰나 솔로니 시행가 되게. 네 빼만 보시도와. 게메 콜로다 트리바다 멜람다 춘다다 콩나 리 데 메규다르와 작자다 메규 찜바토즈 빼라 빼내시도와. 오 도주 가르쳐라. 근데 작샤르시네 멜로난 그 제신의 숙녀세를 쫓지버라 작샤르시네 그 피네서 다시 파 숙ገብ도 수치 짜는 거라 다시 짜고도 어디 짜야 되고 피네서 짜보는 시 통고요라 그래도 피네서 장게요 말아 매네 그 나오나시 말아서 멜로날 파도도 멜로난 그 숙녀데 동원에 힘바 통고요래 동원에 힘바 나신나고요라 이나가로 동원에 말해서 하고 요라 다 된르르버든 되이나 생기다지 시민들버든 되이나 시민도 되는 데시 미션다신도 섬고 빠르게 잡고도 안 되지도 알아봐 시고 되나 다네시 좀 되신고도 리다 근데 생기디 취날 마탄데 거베 지부치도 야 지부춘시 통제 미그날 진도 삼제는 거만 좀 시작이 와라 딜로 기운고도 어디 나시 제자고 대수 강가 멜로나 취나가 나와르지네 나왕원에 힘받지 나게 와라 어시지 제자 나왕원에 힘받 나게 와라 나는 나오나 신고 나가 주비오 말때 가서 하고 와라 에이나 고데 나와티 취나 나와데 땡진베 셰바께 와라 자와지게 와라고 나왕원에 말이 되네 고고지 통하게 자와지게 와라 멜로나 제신 송예디 제신 동원에 말이데 이내 그 셰바께 자와지거라 제신 숙련진 메미시께와 조지거라 어디나시 스바캄송기 때문에 뉴지긴 직단디 상마스거라 랑군의 매신도 랑군의 여반나기 와래서라 랑군의 매네 랑군의 여반낭신도 매나야 그 팬유기 자와지기 와래서 레부께 올라서 어디 자와지기 와래서 땡진 레바르 중앙선도 자와지기 와래서 유정면에 랑원이 와 통구여서 통나시 요 말해서 매나야 그 내가 자와지기 와래서 거라 어디 딱 시기라
So what's being said in this verse? You have different examples here of like, for instance, an echo. When you shout into like a mountain cleft, it comes back, and at first you think it's a voice being spoken from there, and but we know that it's not a voice, but first impression is like that, and also so it has a function of us having that perception, and then also a reflection, like the moon. You can also think about how, like a cat, when it sees a reflection in a mirror, the cat will like play with it, like it's there's actually something there, and but we're not like that. We understand that the reflection's not a real thing, a real what do you say, being, but it appears like that, and but we understand that it doesn't exist in the way that it appears, and that other animals also do like that. And a lion can see a reflection in the water of an animal that it hunts, and then jump into the water, and then in dreams, when we see a dream face, we know that that's not a real person, but at first we're taken by that, so that these reflections are able to what do you say, create a function, okay, and in these examples, it's something that's not real, right? That's being the example, but it's still like if we're looking at our face in the mirror, and we can use that reflection to adjust our clothes or what's on our, to correct a smudge on our face or whatever. So these kinds of examples also show some kind of function. So what they're examples of is that in all existences, all phenomena appear to have some kind of inherent existence or intrinsic existence or existence from their own side, or essential existence, but they're empty of this existence, inherent existence. They exist as dependent arisings, and but in spite of, although they don't exist the way they appear to exist, still they function, that we can receive benefit and harm.
Yeah, 진짜 시바총 시바시도 고에 내려놓으려 써봐. 대소 총바래서 거라. 랑군에 매나 랑군에 여바 남기 어디 나오나 시 매나야. 자와치기 어래서 거라.
So all existence appear to exist from their own side, but they're empty of existing the way that they appear to exist.
Yeah, imbeche. 다 imbeche. 되는 돌래서도 어디오데. 제대로 보모슈는 밀람나서도 보모질이야 코란 부치 차나 섬챙게지는 밀람당게 어래셔라. 밀람나네 부부충 부구대 부치 부임버셔다. 로 부포치 중심스. 이 시와 대통에 되니 한테 부구대 시와 통네. 밀람당게 어라 코라니가. 통내서 중내 가시 부지 중내 거 가보시다 연구하래. 대시스는 양 동해시다 연구하라 밀라나. 오늘 부중에 요 말에 부시에 요 말에 이나고 소소심을 tinde지 나와 트네 나네 이나고 대화다 동해지에 교체가 어려워서거라. 어디 나시 최 탐제 에는 거라줄 나도자 랑고에 요바 코랑 뭐네 지 요바 바 딱스 제스버지 베지 랑고네 요바지 통고 요르데 내가 저 통능시 요 말에서 랑고네 되베 동바래서 이나고 된지 속발했더니 자와 전개지 요래서기도 디시에 구래서도 최남 탐제 디신 시에 버자스
then it says in Sutra, in a young girl's dream, she sees a youth arrive, then die, and feels happy when he arrives, and unhappy when he dies. Understand all phenomena are like this. So so the point being made in this example is that the dream youth has an effect, and to create happiness and to create unhappiness in the person who the young girl who's dreaming, and in the same way, then we have all phenomena then appear to exist from their own side, yet they lack this existence from their own side. They're empty of this existence from their own side. Yet, in spite of not existing in the way that they appear, they're able to perform functions. We're able to experience happiness and unhappiness, and based upon these falsely appearing objects.
Takpa tsamchi nga chi yora, titu yunga kansa chi yora. Ma to ko rangli ranguni yomara. Ina nga rangzu samdi nga rangu yo sambudwa. Sosu de sosu sokbudan semda soala tenjin delni. Ene nga shaku yo sambumedwa. Nga rangu yo sandi nga sokbudan nga semde nga sorore. Nga samdi zako ranguni yoba, rangli yoba sidwa. Sosu kurang nga su yoba. Kurang ngoy suyoba, rangi rangshingi yoba. Shenda dojin delni chökö ba tindre mayimba chi tongudwa. O disi gora cheta patadu rangune yoba chi tongu yores. Ine ko rangune yoba mares. Ta ine tege yore, drogu yore, chawachi yore, tewanyo, tungenyo, lakba ka chichi asuna, tadi chichi kisi kechi shekdo se, di shagure, chawachi kechi shagu yora. Tenjin rebra jonga tezamli chawachi wa shagu res. Rangle yoba mare, rangi ngoyo yoba mare. Shenla dojin delni kwe ngoyo yore ser. Di kogu yora. Chö tamje, teza chiba res. Yido onwa, yido mewa, tra nye kanga. Shingdong, medo, chikando ina. Mahinge kachin chil tene, pata yo ine ko. Yido onwa rich, tene nye yo rich. Tongu yora, tende yo mare sigora. Tende.
So it's easier to understand this if you put it in your own experience, that we have this if we think about ourself, our I, the I arises as a what do you say? It's a dependent arising of the imputing term, and the basis of imputation, which would be our five aggregates, our aggregate of form, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness, and then in that way, our what do you say, that our self exists and functions in that way, but we don't see it in that way at all. We don't see it as merely being a concept, and what do you say, a mere imputation by concept. we see it the opposite of that way, that we feel that I, or the self, then exists from its own side, and then it's that which makes everything happen. And we think that this what do you say, I that exists from its own side is how all functions are performed by this what do you say, essentially existent self or I, and we never see it as just merely a mere imputation by a concept, and that the I is empty of having any kind of existence from its own side, any kind of inherent existence, any kind of essential existence, and that even though it has this, that it is empty, that the I is empty of this existence, then it's still through the what do you say, the workings of dependent arising, then everything is able to function.
Ya tanga zun doi longdi ma logyo da. Dole cheder pomushu numelam dastine ma chi doga. Tangbudi lab sarcha ta dine shinde nibade. Gyuma cheba ta ge su tril di sigdo. Ta yege pe mangbuchi she so tin de na lu yebade ma long jang do. Inju ta de she sarang ge me kolo chi man ro sa so. Kongna o di san do lan tin song sha se. Cheder pomushu numelam na se tin ma. Bubun jong shi shiwa te toni chi tin ma shebar cha che. 다 규마 제바다가 수트이 되시기도 이니 따다 랑보 싱다 나조체스 규메 따다 랑보다 발란다 개바다 페멜라서 버트이어와 티트 나조체버스 트위어레서라 텔라 치더 나와 강야메 나와 따도 문에 따다 랑보다 발란트가 요마라 추남 탐제 티신 셰버게 추참마 랑문에 요반난 거 요르데 나와 따도 메바데 셴버치스고라 베테나시 테나시 치더 남가 남가 parna dasharwa namgalan dagashani te sunye tangwe chor nang desora dawa mune imbariji chu dawa mune ge yibdan kadoda ösedan cheba choden gerisi chunan tungu ora sunye tin dawa mune imbanashi nang yorde nang naoneshi yo mare tinashi chutamje ramune yoban nang yona naoneshi yo mare sora te sunye 당외 소르나데 다와 추이나도 페바메 추남 추군 챙겼던 러시아버기 작부 리존 추로 모다도세 작부다 리망부여서다 네 추다 근데 뭐라세레 대달라데 작자 치더 대달라데 작자 용제다 작자 요나시 대신 뒤제 대군시버긴 뒤제기 추 탐제장 되네 그나 깽을 때네 랑위네 중화다고 깨와당 가반 로와당 할서고 나기어데 나오나시 요마르스티 하고 시송기도 되네 로와 탐제 규마 밀람송 지다르서게 니마 체드나 기부 콤베 동신 로아이 임미규달에 추이 풍부통스 미규라 추르통 디충문에 임버섬 나오나시 추기어데 충문에 추기어 마티나시 추탐제 랑위네 요반 나기어데 랑은이 나오네시 요마레스 토하네시 덴버리오 마레송고라 추남 탐제 티신시에 버게 미규라야 추네 요메나세 심제 몽바텔라 통도데스 미규 추르나야 충군에 요마레 심제는 출추데티 추통되버데 아니 추통에 요마레 충군에 주요마레소라 메데 추니 동아 용 메뉴세 동에 두게 요마레 동에 동두게 마레소라 추남 탐제 티신시에 버게 지더 parna 중세 쯤에 bar 계지 돈에 땡기 땡구나 남갈이야 가게 매번 공부고장이네 대바루슈 루부르도 tingtin데 통용 거래서 거라 깨지도네 ting기 경고를 나오세 테네 ting도 도마 간에 중어래서 다 예언로서네 ting도 가반도래서 근데 자데네 니에게 요마래서 거라 도마 간에 중어 셰버자 대신 취는 담제 셰버지 지들 미규 티세 통결다 규마치시 밀음 지다부르 세만 공방 온예기 동서 대나시 미규다 티세 통결다 규마 milam nashi yani kawa pumba su ta tiro re chala so ba chama menda ra ngo menda rangshi menda ma bu yo te chama tamje yani chama komba ngonye ke tongse ngonye ke tongba ma rangshi ke tongba so so ngoy su yo ba te tongba tel so wara ngonye ke tong chena tamje ti she berke she chawa song so se yeah, teaching lesson.
Then we read the first of the verses in the sutra. If we continue with those verses, this is just these are a citation to support what has already been stated in this 25th verse. So those who conjure illusions create forms of various kinds, horses, elephants, and chariots. They are not at all as they appear. Understand all phenomena are like this. This is pointing out how all phenomena appear to exist from their own side, but they are empty of existing from their own side, just like these horses and elephants appear to be real, but they're empty of being real. Then the reflection of the moon shining in the sky appears in a clear pool, yet the moon does not enter the water. Understand the nature of phenomena is like this. And a reflection of a moon in a clear body of water can have all the what do you say, the lines and the pockets and so forth that you see in the moon, and it appears very clearly, but it's not the moon, and it's not the real moon. In the same way, everything appears to us to actually to exist from its own side, but it's empty of appearing from its own side. Then echoes arise in dependence upon caves, mountains, forts, and river gorges. Understand all products are like this. Phenomena are all like illusions and mirages. And so here you have the example of when you shout into a cave or a mountain or forts and river gorges, then the echo that comes back seems like a real person speaking, but it is empty of being a real person speaking, just like all phenomena seem to have an existence from their own side, or an intrinsic existence. They appear like that, yet they are empty of the way that they appear to be. That they are empty of any kind of inherent or intrinsic existence or essential existence. A person who is tormented, so phenomena are all like illusions and mirages. A person who is tormented by thirst in summer at noon, that transmigrator, sees mirages as a body of water. Understand all phenomena are like this, that we're all like this person. We see everything appears to us or seems to us, or we feel that it exists from its own side, and that it has its own independent existence, its essential existence, but in fact it is empty. Actually, it is empty of that, of the way that it appears. And although a mirage contains no water, confused beings want to drink it. Unreal water cannot be drunk. Understand all phenomena are like this, that although phenomena appear to have their independent or intrinsic nature, and we feel that it actually has that. There's no way that it's empty of having that, and there's no way that those can be that we can that such things could function. So then, instantaneously, in a cloudless sky, a circle of clouds appears, but try to find from where they came. Understand all phenomena are like this, that clouds can come into existence and then disappear, and as well. But if you try to find from where they came and where they're going, there's no way to determine that. So then understand that and when they do, when understand that all phenomena like that, they appear to have a solid, what do you say, intrinsic and what do you say, essential existence, but that can't at all be found. And so they aren't the way that they appear. Then, like mirages and smell-eater cities, maybe we can say Gandharva here. I think we usually, Gandharva, the city of a Gandharva. Like magical illusions and like dreams, objects of meditation are empty of real entity. Understand all phenomena are like this, that all the everything that exists, all phenomena are appear to have an intrinsic nature, a real essence, and seem to appear be independently existent from their own side, but in fact, when you examine, they lack this, and so you have to understand that all phenomena are like are empty of existing the way they appear to exist.
그래서 다들은 데르메바 디 제바 삼바보 계접식 송교라디 시숨 쯤바 교메 정결나시기도 시바스는 시바 감숨 동감 송감 송미 감스 사오 사딩 살로숨 시나드라 시바 감숨 시거라 쯤바 교메 정결나시 쯤바리에서라 쯤바스나 코랑 통계 무슨들라 유 temper mebala yu rangune mebala rangune yobana gyora so no na shi temper yomara ti sonza ko jumba sigora ngarazu rang musum du tongyora rangune tuba tongyora ton na shi yomara ani so tongyora so rangune yoba tongyora ta ti ro re jalo so ba che kande je ta ina kande ton ina kanga yu jingune yoba ton de gyora ta rangune yoba 네 랑은에 여봐 나일루 랑은에 여봐 닥쳐 랑은에 여봐 신조 랑은에 여봐 이동 랑은에 여봐 이동명 랑은에 여봐 대 동자니 공도다 착당 간가 용겨라 오제다 디 통내시 요 말에 준바를 해서 요라 준바세도 군습도서 무슨도 통대한데서 간거 좀 봤어요라. 되니 템바스도 동반이들 템바스거라. 동반이 무슨도 식된게 동반이들 무슨도 통계 무슨 게 시번나시 템바래. 그 동반한 통계로마도 라문이 tuba 통해요 말에. 뒤에서 그 템바다선 템바스는 군습. 말아서 통대한 간거 좀 말해. 통하내시 다요 말에. 좀 말해서 거라. 세숨 좀 봐. 규매 종결나스. 규마kengi tübe tongjinan shire sungare. Nawana shitata maimba. Leji tugur kengi gyobais. Leji tugur kengi pa dili rokba cheche pa ramadaya tongshu gyora. Ni tise na chungse yidongwa rish tongi na tise tindre da 규마kengi tübe na shi tindre na chung lo chungshu tindre tongde gyore sigora yidongwa tindre. Tise na chung gyume karchi jes. O na chung digi gyuma na shingi karchi 내가 잡배 이동한테 시했다면 되네 가르소리 잡든데 시 동교래서 거라. 아니 내가 매규지에서 닉바르차르스. 그래서 강가데 소속은 내바데 이동하신 되네 이동하 대 이동하 나와나시 이동하는 매발이야. 아디 요래 삼제 대체서 교벌해서 거라. 매규디 추요 말이 충분히 레섬 통등에 대체서 교니 추출도 거라. 다네싱가라 저 이동하다 이동명을 써봐 가리네 오 이동하들라 대바체제 랑문이 이동하신 도삼제 대체수 설니들이야 잡아 지기어라 차기어라 우기도명을 하신 오 자신 도삼제 그 이지 띵네 심벌로지 그 컨트롤을 써봐 드리기어라 근데 그 유랑문이 여번 좀 버티게 아니 강가경 강가용 거라 티셔거라 랑문이 여번 좀 버티게 대송거래 다 된다는데 참 지가 하고는 강가 찍버리시라 동반이 있어야 돼. 아주 네 아무도 안 알아서 그냥 다랑은에 매버렸을 때 섭다 버렸습니다. 섭하고라 그지. 배전도 섭다 버렸어. 섭생에 미래지 섭수지 나로 대신체니 치료대 둘러딘데 약불로 바도 중ኝ체 무슨 오늘 인ኝ체보다 직보다 요라. 가셔신 시공겠던데 배통도 시고야 된대. 가셔 배지도 아니 좀 시어된데 통해요라. 동원에 통내시요 말아피 나로 신경을 자르자르 망부를 둘러내던데 값이야를 못 깨요 말아. 어디 나신가라서 다시데 소브라라 뭐내잖아. 치료대 샤요 박바요를 드니 샤요를 드니 리바요를 나로를 자르자르 망부요를. 그래서 제니 셈요를. 아니 야 주마 주직제 로데요라. 동경원에 국가리니까 요 말에 내 집된 도아래 대도시 집 상교라. 어디 나시래서 근데 나와 지샤래는 작바던 공도방 가게나 다도 좀 해차거라. 동반일이야 그 야부지 거가 잖아. 아니 최강가 준비나 신이처럼 강가 섭섭하지. 준비는 섭섭해 통하지. 만약에 강가서 루루션이 집에 말에 차샤고는 로konge를 되어라. 어디 다든데 지고 남기 달을 삼루다나 소를 빼직 삼루다. 디네시 소소 삼루다 된데시 장고라. 되래.
Then the author of the commentary, Gyaltsab Rinpoche, he then summarizes in this one stanza here, where he says, thus, in the illusory city of the three false worlds, here, the three false worlds, it can be considered the three realms, where you have the desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realm. Or you can have above the earth, on the earth, and below the earth. These are different ways of describing the three worlds. Then the illusory city is talking about how all of the all phenomena within these three worlds, within our cyclic existence, then or of samsara, then within our world, we could say that way. All phenomena are the same in that they appear falsely, appearing falsely, and everything appears to exist from its own side, that it has its own autonomous existence, its independent existence, and if it appearing in this way, then everything that is like that. It's not houses, cars, simply our feelings, thoughts, anything internal, external. Whether it's what do you say, people, or our group, their group. They all appear to have this existence, essential existence or intrinsic existence, and and then we also they appear to have what do you say, an attractiveness and an unattractiveness, or it also appears from its own side, and based on this attractiveness, then we generate attachment, and based on unattractiveness, we generate hostility, and so what we're describing is what we call conventional existence. All of these exist on conventionally. All of what we experience has a conventional existence that's false. Conventional existence is false. It appears to exist in one way, but when you analyze and look for something that exists from its own side, you can't find it, and so it's empty of. So actually, it's empty of appearing, of the way that it appears to exist, and but for us, we're always seeing this false appearance. We're always perceiving this false appearance. But for somebody who has a direct perception, a direct experience or a direct perception of this emptiness, of things being empty from their, of existing from their own side, then that is what they see. Okay, is they never have this kind of false appearance. They only see what's truly there. That things arise and as dependent arise and arise dependently, and so then within that world, as it says, the three false worlds. So everything is false within that world, and then it's moved by the puppeteer of karmic actions that everything is dependent upon. It functions in a way of cause and effect, and then within that, then there's it has the example of something attractive here of a illusory maiden or a Gandharva maiden performing her illusory dance, and it's something that's very attractive. So then the amazing that attachment should chase a mirage, just like what do you say? All of things that are attractive then cause us to have attachment. We what do we say? We become obsessed with those and go after them, and then because we see them as attractive, and then it's just like chasing a mirage. Chasing a mirage means that you're seeing water there, and you're very thirsty, and you run after the water, and the mirage just disappears. And so then here so it's amazing that we should have attachment for something that completely lacks any kind of existence. In fact, whether it's ourself or others or phenomena, once you understand the idea of emptiness, then you can it applies to everything. That everything is appears to exist in one way. It appears to exist from its own side or have its own intrinsic existence and its essential existence or independent existence, but it's empty of that, and in spite of though it is empty, it still functions in the way of dependent arising of cause and effect, and so then when you understand that, then you don't. It reduces your feeling of attachment for everything, or your feeling of hostility towards everything. The more you then cultivate this understanding of emptiness, the more it reduces our afflictions, and then well, primarily then attachment and hostility, but then there's all the different afflictions that arise from those as well.
Oh yeah, good right. Oh yeah. That ngā chuksun bada tsara. Duwe chuksu cheba osu. Nipa liyu tsen tenpa ni, chanchu senpe, nenchu cheba she gyabe, nambar she be, nyingbu she cheba. Wangbu tang ten, kakba komba tenpa to rabdu cheba chuksun ben cheba sikdwa. Tandika wangbu tang, yu chen tang, tesu kanga, tenpa chuba nawa nangshi, tenpa chuba kakba ti shekdwa. Ti komgu res, komba ti shekyo wara. Tanda nga su de pe mangbu dwa. Melo naga cheshin ki sungye lo soba. Cheshin sungye, cheshin tu naya, cheshin tu meten bataras. Pete, cheshin tu naya, cheshin tu meten barasa ora. Pete liya. Pena, chui naga dawa de, dawa ngone yinba naya, nawa tatun dawa ngone su meba. Tembar meba nanga shinsi pe liya. Ni taa de rangone yoba nawa yinaya, rangone yoba maa res. Ti pe chagu yora. Uti yindi ko pe kanya rongwa chi susu lo la chawa chi liya. Iti ne taa la kumga yinayra, kanya rongwa chi la kumna digra, yidu wangda chi la chabay yu chi la kumna dra, yidu mwamba tanda chi la kumna dra, rangu ne me samsanga ti pe te chani. Chi kanda su kumba yina, ti rangu ne tongba di la kuwa yabu chasu ni shenda kanga chikbarwa. Tongba nyi sayada ko chigi rangu shindi shesun sangmatam shindu ora. Chigi tabu kanya ba tini kunji tabu yinsi ora. Kanga nga chi tishingi dunga, ti yungu ku tishingi dunga. Chu chigi nelu ti tongba nyi tosu na kanga ni ringretani lelabu che tondu ora. O tindi mangbu yor di tina ne pe kanya runga chi sam. Ni taa dan, tra dan, nyen dan, yidu wa miwa kari ni chili namgyu ne nga du sam kura. Takdun seche, yona ranguni yona. Dimarin, tenda ni tsehura. Ti mendu ta ranguni yoba tungur ta ranguni mendu asam tongba kongwa ya, tongba la sem sha, nechu. Teni ya di nuba nyamsuni ya, takdun sehni. rangune yo na kawaya dimar samte samuta be samuta tinde chewara o chizon komkure sungdo bari yanganzo di shedu re kom se shegyo mare inde kashe di odi sigora soba jaya chire mado komse tengyo mare sigora kasindine mare de sako soba jaya mare ripa dangyo di chene di ripa samuta ne ripa tene loyo to tuku yora ko joinde e ti trupson tele sen ne ko yora sen di combattemba skangal yungudo o di chila
this concludes the commentary on the one section says this is the 13th chapter of so we're at the end of the 13th chapter, so this is the 13th chapter of the 400 stanzas on the middle way, showing how to meditate on the refutation of sense faculties and their objects. So in the commentary then it says this concludes the commentary on the 13th chapter, showing how to meditate on the refutation of the sense faculties and objects. And so then this is once you the word here meditation, okay, that what we've been reading is really an object of we have to then meditate on this and once you understand the way that emptiness works with one thing, then you can extend emptiness to other things, and so then it says in here, there's one line one verse that I think we're going to come to where Aryadeva states such that by understanding the emptiness of one thing, then we understand the emptiness of all things. So here, let's see. Then, so if you're going to meditate, then there's many different examples given here of how things appear to us to exist and from their own side, and or independently, or autonomously, or essentially. But actually, they're not that way. When you look for the object that you're imputing, then you can't find it, and so then through that you can understand that it's not the way that it appears, that it's empty of existing the way that it appears to exist, and so if you take these different examples and then whichever one sort of whatever example of this false appearance, whether it's the moon in the water or mirage or whatever, if you take those examples and meditate on them, then you can come to understand how emptiness works, and there are many people, different scholars say that this kind of explanation is not actually for meditation. It's just for defeating other opponents in debate, and this is not actually why the Buddha taught all these, gave all these teachings, and they're actually, as it says here, for meditation, and so then when you meditate on them, what you're doing is you're bringing reason and that support the idea that or the support the teaching that says that all things lack inherent existence, and when you're meditating in that way, whether it's about yourself or others or phenomena, and analyzing, then you use reason, choose reasons and analyze, and then when you reach a conclusion, you focus on that. You focus your mind on that and stabilize your mind on that conclusion. And then as that fades, then you reapply the reason. You keep on doing it in that way to reach a deeper understanding of how things lack the appearance, the existence, the inherent existence that they appear to have.
죄송해요. 다 럽지 주시 받으려. 네 가르 땡도스나 다른 점바 가봐 콤바템 바스도. 근데 나봐 다른 점바 가봐 콤바. 아니. 네 리위 슝셰바 리위 천데 땡이체. 당부 리위 슝셰바들 신도가 서브제 신도가. 대 당부들 양와부랑 신기 동바주바들이야. 델이야 아닌 도땡 계신이도. 다들은 도땡 받는 거 알아. 쇼로 같은 부대.
도땡. Now we're moving on to the 14th chapter, which is refuting extreme conceptions and proving that it's divided into 4 different parts. And the first one is proving that functional things or composite things are empty of inherent existence. The translator here uses functional things, and nowadays we usually use composite things or compounded things, or just simply things. Let's see. So then that has how many parts? It has let's see. It has 2 parts, and the first part is just a brief exposition, and so we'll be doing that with the first verse here.
Then the Tarzan says, Tarset. Tarset, the Chinako, Doctor and Chedas in Yongdoa. Doctor Tanya the Treve, Usigora, Umasede. Nako, Doctorsana, Ranguni Yabatana, Doctorsera. Chetasana, Mabatella, Chawaching, Zone Mabatella, Chetasigora. They go pay Maba, Mari, Chawaching, Yorisura. Oh, then Ranguni Yabanga, the Tungu, Ranguni Yaba Maris. Ti Doctera. Oh, Tipa Kagiora, Ranguni Yaba the Kagua. The Doctorsiate, the injury. Tarzin Kawa Combatamba said. Tarzin with the Garrison, Doctor Zimba. Ranguni Yaban Zimba, Ranguni Yabatella, Doctor. Tin Zimbatella, Doctor and Zimba. Kawa Sigara.
The title is Refuting Extreme Conceptions. Usually when we talk about extreme conceptions, we speak of the 2. One is eternalism, and the other one is nihilism or annihilationism. It's another way of saying it. And then we talk about creating a middle way between these 2 extremes. And here, when we talk about eternalism, we're talking about, or a view of permanence is another way of saying that, is that we're talking about, what do you say, inherent existence, that conceiving of things is inherently existent or intrinsically existent, And that view of things as intrinsically existent is an extreme of the extreme of eternalism, and so then the extreme of what is it? I think nihilism is one easy for me. Annihilation or nihilism is another one, but I'll just say nihilism. Nihilism here means that things completely don't exist, that they don't function. Okay, that it's denying that that things where things, it's denial to the point that they lose their ability to perform function. And so then you're denying their functionality, I guess we'd say. But so then we're saying that things don't have this existence from their own side, this intrinsic existence, this autonomous existence, but they also they lack that, they're empty of that. But they don't completely not exist, like the nihilistic view, and that they have an existence, and they do perform functions. They're able to perform functions.
Oh yeah, Gandhi tunzen kinane ta tambu de shegdwa. Da. Tambu de ya. Ngobo ranshin ji truba ka bodelen dorten Geshe ni che. Kinane tambu dorten bod shegora.
So here we're beginning with proving that functional things are empty of inherent existence, and the brief exposition of that.
This one. Oh yeah, tambu de. Oh tambu ni dorten bade se ngobo ranshin meba. Dor duty shegora. Dan dir meba sa kede tende yimbe cher. Ne siba game kolo so da ranshin mena sigdwa. Oh, tene game kolo la so batezu kanga. Tenjin derba sonza. Ene siba koa dia. Koya nelu lonju la so bandezu ya. Game kolo tar ranshin ge mena sigora. This one siba koya nelu lonju la so bandezu. Game kolo tar. Ene tende yimbe chena game kolo tar ranshin ge meba ina sigora. Ne kanshi rangshin ki yochen, ta kari rangshin ki yore sigora. Ramune yobata kari yore sana. Rangshin ki drube ngobo chungse jan mebe cheros. No rangshin ki drube ngobo chungse jan yomare sigora. Shen la tojin delni drube ngobo yormado. Koran rangshin ki drubdenge, rangwine drubdenge, rangwadu drubdenge. Oh, tende tongki yorde, tong nashi, tenpa drubado yomare sigora. Kichi shara.
So the chapter begins with a question. If, like the ring formed by a firebrand and so forth, worldly existence, because of being a dependent arising, does not exist inherently, what has inherent existence? That if everything exists dependently, then what has inherent existence? Not the slightest thing has inherent existence. Once everything is exists dependently or arises dependently, then there's nothing that could have any kind of existence, or autonomous existence, or independent existence, or inherent existence, or intrinsic existence.
Dako tenjin reban junga yimbechir sigora. Tende yimbechir sidu. Di abuchi ngene ni tongba nyele ko tara karingina chi ngele labo yungra. Tenjin derba yimbechir se. Tenjin derba junga sidu. Ngobo kandeshi ina ko gyudan ken medo inanda, da inanda, shing inanda, kangba inanda ra. Ngobo kandeshi ina ko gyudan ken mangbo jila tenjin relne kon jungu yora. Gyudan ken mangbo shindu wala tene, ane ko ten gyuro chene ko jungu yora. O telan duche ten resigdwa. 대고 뭐 마보줄 땡진 될니 중거 유도 강바르지나 고랑 차셔들 싱다 되네 잠만다 오다 땡다 오다 초다 지지 차셔 마부지요 그거라 랑경 어들레 차셔 마부지요라 랑경 어 차셔 마부지요사 차셔 대줄라 땡네 봐 대단 되네 봐로 따니 샤고요라 될라 땡네 딱배 땡데시도 tak시들 차셔를 땡네 딱배 땡데시고라 어디엔데 뭐 간대시네 규진 망부치 처벌을 때니까 그런 거 두대두자 차셔 망부 연계시 야 tak시함 차셔 망부 연계시 두고요라 강바르지네 고 차셔 망부요라 힘들던데 시 망부요라 다른데 버지네 고 소소 소다 소보다 샘다 소하던 듯이 분분하러 소부터 시행시 두고요라 다시 대주연데 대주 처벌을 때네 랑경 어디 샤고요라 다레스 강바레스 되자 마부지 소안에 뒤루루전 뒤는 발로 따니 두고요라 맞아 코란 대술 되지 만들어서 코란 짱야요 말아 뒤는 랑원도 여바시거라 랑레 여바 랑원에 여바시거라 어디요 말아 뒤고 땡진 레버는 종아셔야 돼 tak시당 차셔를 땡진 대단 rel네 아니 로어 뒤뒤에서 봤다고 봐 대담을 샤고를 해시거라 뒤선자 꼭 랑레 두바 랑원도 두바디 온 거 말아 어디인데 땡데데 야보 삼로다나 ene tongba de ko cha lela yung gora kene tongba ya bong ye de rawan du de tongba sire ne sheng la de jin de ni jung a se de ko ya bu cha gora sa ten de da tongba se de pan ju chik sil do sun do chi che go yora o ti chi lam na
So then here the reason of dependent arising, because things are dependent arising, is a good thing to contemplate, because if you contemplate how things are dependently arisen, then it's a easier. Understanding emptiness comes a little easier that way. So through the reason of dependent arising, and so when you have whatever it is, whether we're talking about the self or a house or a car or other vehicles. They all it requires for like the self, for instance, you have all the different parts of the five aggregates that coming together. All the and for a house, for instance, there's so many different. There's the different pieces of so many different parts, and they all are coming together to form the house. So you can think of them as like causes and conditions or parts, and then there's all the the lumber and the roofing and there's the what's up, what's above, what's below, what's on the right side, what's on the left side, all these different parts coming together, and then based upon that, a house, what do you say, dependent on that and connected to that, then our mind perceives house, okay, and that's the way a house exists. That when we, therefore, the mind conceives, has this concept of house based on an aggregation of all these different parts coming together, and so then it's the house is because it's a dependent arising. It has this dependent existence, and it's a dependent designation or a dependent imputation. We impute a house based upon all these different parts of the basis for our imputation, all of those coming together. Then there's no way that there can be anything. I mean, we want to then say that there's something within all those different parts coming together, parts and causes and conditions coming together, that is the house. That there's some house there that exists from its own side. We feel that we have a strong feeling that's there, but in fact, that's not there. It's just it's a dependent arising. It's not something that doesn't exist dependently, or that exists inherently or intrinsically. It's a dependent arising, and therefore it's empty of having this kind of inherent existence. And so there's nothing in fact, because things are dependent arisings, then they arise dependent upon and connected to an assemblage of many causes and conditions and parts. Then there never is anything. There's not even the slightest. What do you say? Inherent existence.
Oh yeah. Tangan zikan tangbuni de loginda. Dudar ngobo kangshi suda. Ngobo kangshi shen galang ragle pani minjurna sigdwa. So dudar sindere sigora. Ngobo kang kandeshi bayina rwa. Rang ngoni ji tumna sigora. Ngobo kangshi rang ngoni ji tumna se. Shen galaya ragle pani minjurna se. Ini shen chashe na dakshila sokba, gyula sokba tazu shen kangla ya ra leba ni mingyur na sigora. O ti mingyur na, ini rawan do truba sigora. Tene, te yine shen la ra ma lebe ngo re sigora. O tende chi chungse jan yoba ma re sigora. Ra leba ni mingyur na se. Shen la ra ma lebe ngo chi chungse jan yoba ma re se. Ta diya so shen la ra ma le se de. O dakshida chashe koran maike mabuchiche tili yang dokche tanyebe shebe wangi pa shakma maimba tanyebe sheba yujen tili shenla rama leba sido yujen tili kogo sikdwa dakshida chashe koran maike tazuli tene le ane di pumba re di kangba re di mi re di tare pa tagi wara o maike nge chashe chili tene pa tagba o te tsamji yoramado o tele ra malebache korang wene chutrubachi yoma resi yora diji labna yeah.
If we take the first two lines of the verse, then it says, if a thing did not depend on anything else at all. Okay. Here, anything existing by way of its own essence would not rely on anything else at all, but not the least thing is independent or exists without relying on something else. Everything has to. Like we were saying, that everything exists in dependence upon its parts and its, or you can say its parts or its causes and conditions or its basis of imputation. All of these are it's, what do you say? what do you say, are interchangeable. And so then when you and then dependent upon those, then the we say, maybe we could say, the subjective mind, or the conceptual consciousness is another way of putting that. The consciousness, or then imputes that object there, dependent upon those, the aggregation of those parts, the basis of designation, the causes and conditions. But we have this tendency to think that it's not that way. That there's something that is independent of all those. That even though you have all this assemblage of the parts and the causes and conditions, which is the basis of imputation, and you have the subjective mind then imputing that the object, and based on that, then in a dependent, what do you say, dependent upon that basis of designation, then still we feel that it's not that way, that it has its own independent existence. But it says, but there's not the least thing that is independent or exists without relying on something else.
Oh yeah. That they tangin drup jurna sikan chamani dira. They tangin drup jurna tene kangna yue ma yin sikdwa. O jesa rangshin ki drupa yue na, shanla rangma le biangwa rangshin ki drupa yue na sikwara. Ene te tundam chuchi ki rikbe chebe se, kagire se rangune yue na, kagire pungbu re ne rebe, tele shendu yor besta, takdun se na. Di resche nye chikora, di yo ma resura. Rangshin ki yo na tendam chuchi ki rikbe chebe se, rawadu truba te tangi du truba rin gyurna ne se, rawadu truba tangi du gyurba te nye gyu yo kore, te truba yo kore se kora. Te tangi drup gyurna se. Tene kangna yo ma yin se, drup gyurna, tene rangi tangi du truba tene, kangna ya yo ba ma yin no se kora.
If anything existed inherently, okay, if it did have this intrinsic existence or independent existence, then independence would be established as its nature when examined by reasoning, which investigates the ultimate. So when we subject it to analysis, trying to determine its ultimate, ultimate nature, then it would be something that we would come up with and find. We would be able to determine that it has this, and we would come up with it. But this does not exist anywhere. There's nothing that we can come up with and under when we subject anything when we look for the object that is being imputed, and when we look for it there in its basis of imputation, that nothing can be found.
Oh yeah, dan dini chönam bi yeba des, dan di kari shegurasana chönam yimba na yeba de sha de kandres shagurasana ro. Da yeba ya da yimba, ene kangba yimba, kangba yeba teni pumba kawa kangar chachura. Namduma ral sok chetam jaso. Dini chönam bi yeba des ora. Yeba ma yimba de kandres shagurasana. Mingi tanye shagba sam minbe yeba de rāma yuwa re te yuwa ma re se gora. Chö kanga yuwa yinpa de mingi tanya jiwa nga shaa go res. Di kawa res. Pumbu nga kanru la tene di taa res. Kangbe chashe dabche koke kunchi tona di kangba res pa. Mingda, Mingi Tanyada, Tobe Tanya Pashaguera, Mingda Loy Tanya said the new Gora, Mingi Tanya in Dichi, Dimores, Mingdresgora. Teachers who talk about all the chokzere, the churcher and the sugar something about diet. Loy Tanya Sigora. Says that Mingda Loy Tanya Jipa, Koran Maenge Chashe Charni, Teletan and Dichi Res Tawa. Oh, Tilla Ramalevene, Koran Yubachi Yoma Resigora. Tiguna Shala Ramalevin was Tanyebe, Ranjo Tanyebe Lola Ramaleva, Koran Yujim when a Tsuyuna, and the Kadire said, Raya Yokora, Chashet and Takshimune, the Raya Yomarwa. What did Shala Ramalevin said, Tanyebe Lola Ramaleva, Yubatala Sevores. Tanyebe Lola Ramalevskaza, Tanyebe Koran Mainge Chashet Litane, Dakshi Chashet Litane, Dichi Respa, Tabare. Or doesn't because I could raise
Then the next sentence reads this, a mode of existence of phenomena not merely posited by nominal convention is known as independent existence. Everything that exists is, whether it's the self that we impute based upon the five aggregates, or the house that's imputed based upon the doors and the windows and the walls and the lumber and the roof and so forth, or all of these are they're the what do you say, they're the object of we impute them either by a name, okay, we give them the convention of name, or we compute them by the mind, means just conceptually. We have a concept of them, and then but then the independent existence would be that they're not just imputed by name and concept, that they have an existence from their own side, that they have existence by way of their own essence, by way of their own character, by inherent existence, true existence, and so that is as what is the opposite of this dependent existence.
Shakbatan Mimbe Yoba Teleani, Ramadu Yoba Segre, Rangango Yoba Segre, Ranga Chengi Yoba Segre, Rangshinki Yoba Segre, Tene Ranga Chengi Yoba Naotato, Yona de Temper Yoba Segre, Sheso Shichi getting so, Kankakbe, Chenji Migde, Charmebo, the Ramadu Tuba, Rangun Tuba, Rangshin Tuba, she Kansa, and Chur Kandejik the Pa, Kaksona Sigora, Kakbe Keksonase. Sensing Migde Charme Bessa, or Rangune Tuba Tagiton de Zenye Meva, Raya Meva Tondugora, Tembatube Sama, Zingi Migba Tessa, Yudi, Charme Besta, Raya Meva Chandura, Charme Kakje, Sour Tambayinos, or the Kakje should the Tombani Sag, Kage should the Tirese. No, Tembetreba go away. Otiba do lap and Dubach, also.
So then, to say that things then are not merely imputed based upon not merely the imputation of names and concept based upon their basis of imputation, whatever. And it's the parts of the basis of imputation or the cause and conditions of imputation. If you say it's not, then that is what we call independent existence, existence by its essence, or existence by its own character, or inherent existence, intrinsic existence, true existence. So then, when you look at it this way, then this clearly indicates the object of negation. What is being negated when we say empty of inherent existence? It's or empty of the way things appear to exist. Then it's talking just about this this existence, this independent existence, this existence by its own essence, its intrinsic existence, and so forth.
No, don't do so. Yeah.